want to know everything about you.
Everything. Okay.
Everything. So, how did you choose your stage name, and what does that mean to you?
It's a funny story. Taska actually comes from the name of a dog. A friend of mine is a movie director, and he made a short film about a homeless guy in my hometown, Antwerp. And he's a legend in Antwerp, and he's every single day for like 10 years or something, he's on the street playing guitar. And in the video, he explained how he had a dog that's every day with him, and that dog was black, named Taska. And at that, yeah, it's a strange story, but at that time I was looking for a stage name. I thought Taska, that's a pretty cool name. So I made Taska Black out of it.
That's so awesome. So tell us a little bit about your musical background. Like, when did you figure out that music was your passion, especially the EDM music?
Well, my parents basically sent me to like a private violin school when I was 4 years old. So that's my first experience with music. And later on I started playing the drums and the piano. And when I was like 12, I started producing music. I basically recreated that Mouse songs because he was my hero. But yeah, I've always known that music was my passion. But then I went to college and I studied for engineering. And after 3 years, I realized that was not my thing. I was not excited at all. And I realized music is the only thing I'm passionate about. So I decided to drop out and do music full time.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was my other question about engineer. I know that your dad is an engineer, so...
Yeah, wow, you've done your research. Yeah.
I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
But, like, when you decided to choose music, was your family always supportive?
They were. I think they saw it coming. Yeah. Yeah, I've always been into music, and for myself, I think it's been harder for myself to make the decision than for my parents to accept that. Because for me, it was not a very logical move for me to drop out of college. It was very out of my comfort zone. So for me, you know, after like a year of thinking about it, I decided to go into music, and my parents were like, okay, cool, let's do it.
That's awesome. So I know that you sent a demo to Bitbird back in the days, and they replied immediately. So how many tracks have you had finished by the time you sent them the demo?
How many tracks have I finished? On the Taska Black one.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I did one remix, and I put it on SoundCloud. I had literally 3 followers on SoundCloud, and that's when I sent my first demo to Bitbird. And they didn't care at all about my following. They just were, we want to release this song with you.
Wow.
So, damn. First try, and I'm in.
What was your reaction when you got that response?
Pretty crazy, because I didn't know, like I'm gonna be honest now, I didn't know it was San Holo's label. And I got a mail back from him, and it was kind regards San Holo. I was like, oh damn, this is San Holo's label. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
Okay. Which artists influenced you the most?
Wow, that's a hard question, because for myself, I'm kind of in a transitional phase right now. I used to listen to a lot of EDM. Of course, Son has been a huge inspiration for me. I used to listen a lot to dubstep when I was younger, and that was a big influence for me. But right now, I'm more into pop music, like, to be honest, very girly pop music. I listen to Zed, Alessia Cara, like, name it, all the radio songs, and that's my biggest influence, I gotta say, for my most recent songs.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
love it too. What about, like, artists that are on the Bitbird record? Like, do they influence your music?
Yeah, very much, because I think Bitbird is one of the record labels in EDM that really pushes the boundaries right now. And Son and Tor, for that matter, really managed to get artists on the label that I've never heard of before, but every single time surprise me. So yeah, they're all a big inspiration to me.
Speaking about your music, like your style, it's so euphoric and nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like, how do you come about finding that sound?
I don't know. It's taken me a long time, and I never realized I had a sound until people started telling me like your music is so majestic and whatnot. And then I was like, oh, maybe I do have a sound. So I kind of listened to what other people told me I sounded like, and then like did more of that. So I guess that's where my sound comes from right now.
Okay. Do you remember your first gig?
My first gig. As Taska Black, my first gig was at Amsterdam Dance Event. So that's actually a pretty good first gig, I think. I don't remember my first gig ever. I don't know. I was young, like 12 years old or something.
Whoa.
But it was probably all pre-recorded just on my laptop or something. Like, it was very bad.
So let's talk about your upcoming EP.
Yeah.
So what do the fans can expect from it?
Well, as I said, I'm kind of in a transitional phase right now in my musical career. I'm kind of going more into the pop side of music. I will still do like experimental stuff, but this EP will kind of be the transition between the old Taska Black and the new one, if that's a thing. Yeah, that's what I can expect really.
Okay. How did you choose the name? Like, and what does it mean to you?
Mine's? This year has been a very big year for me because it's only been 1 year since I dropped out of college officially. So this year I had to face with a lot of stress, and it was the first time I had to go on tour, first like big projects, like working with management, doing sessions with other artists, like having to meet those expectations. And at first I thought I was invincible and I just worked around the clock, but at one point like physically my body just couldn't handle it anymore. So Minds is just for me a way to express all that and like zoom in on all those things. Like there's a song on the EP which actually came out today. It's called Get Out of My Head. And basically with that I want to say like I had these moments, I had panic attacks, and when I had those panic attacks I just got into myself like in my own head, and I couldn't like I had these thoughts running through my head all the time. That's what that song is about. So
oh wow.
Minds is just basically one big project for me to zoom in on those things that happened to me this year.
Okay. When you play your music, what kind of reaction do you look for from the crowd?
Well, it's different because I used to make I still do like EDM, so I'm always looking for energy in the crowd. But going into pop music, I'm trying to find the balance between people singing my songs and people going crazy to my EDM songs.
What about crying? Do you expect that?
I love it when they cry. That is mission accomplished. Like, I don't care if they jump or sing, whatever. If they're crying, that's the best thing.
Oh. If you had a chance to have a collaboration with anyone, anyone, who would that be? You can name a few.
Oh no. Oh wow, let me think about this. I really want to do something with Zed. I don't know why. I just love his music. Who else? Wow, it is such a hard question. It's so hard to answer on the spot.
Any other song, you probably just know anyone. Then you get asked and can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm just blanking out right now. I can't think of anyone. Yeah, just gonna go with Zed.
Okay. Well, now that you're on tour, what are your favorite things and least favorite things about touring?
About touring, least favorite thing, not a lot of sleep. Like, it's my first bus tour. I'm gonna be in a bus for 2 months. Sleeping in a bus is not easy, especially the first week, 2 weeks. Like, the tour's been going on for 2 weeks now, and tonight I finally got a full night of sleep in my little bunk. So I'm so happy that I can finally sleep on a bus now. So that's my least favorite thing. My favorite thing, nights like this. Like, this was a great crowd. When you have a good show, like, it gives you so much energy for the rest of the tour. So if you have a couple of good shows, that's the best feeling.
Do you miss home?
I do. I do miss my girlfriend. I do miss home. Yeah.
Is there like a cultural shock when you come into a different country? Is there anything that you're like, oh?
Well, not so much. Like, America is pretty different, but we don't have a lot of time to actually see America. So basically, I'm just on the bus all the time. I wake up in a different state or a different place. Right in front of the venue, I just go to the venue, I take a shower, I eat, I work on music, I go on stage, and we go to the next place. So it's not like we have a lot of time to be shocked by everything around us. But sometimes, the first time I went to America, I was pretty shocked by some things, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any rituals before you play your set?
I just try to hype myself up. I do jumping jacks before I go on stage. I
really?
jump as high as I can, for a couple of minutes, and then I just go on stage.
Do you have a jam song?
A jam song before I go on stage?
Yeah.
No, I just want peace before I go on stage. Like 10 minutes before I'm on stage, I'm just sitting just scrolling through my phone, and then 3-4 minutes before I go on and start jumping. And then
What about when you're just chilling? Like, what is your favorite song ever?
If I'm just chilling, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh.
I'm a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan since I was very young, and I still am. Like, I just listened to their album, and yeah, it's my chill song.
Okay. Other than this awesome EP coming out, what is next for Taska Black?
What is next for Taska Black? We're working on more shows for 2019. Yeah, as I said, I'm trying to do more of the pop music because that's what I get really excited about now. So yeah, more variety in my music, I guess, more pop music, but also experimental songs. I'm trying to find a balance between those, and yeah, more shows.
Okay. Should we expect any collabs with?
I'm not allowed to say anything about that, but maybe there will be collabs, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Excited. I've got one more question for you. So, if you were to pick a festival, like, what is your bucket list festival to headline? Coachella?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just legendary. I mean, that's my dream. Playing main stage Coachella, and then I've achieved everything in life. Yeah.
All right. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.